Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Simmons. This is Philosophy for Where We Find Ourselves, May 31st, 2020. We are living in times that will definitely go down in the history books. We are relational beings. We are beings who need each other. Nonetheless, the last 4 months have been hard, and yet here we are. I heard something this morning said by Anne Lamont, a writer that I refer to often and have mentioned many times on Philosophy for Where We Find Ourselves. And Lamont said the following: be where your feet are. I love that phrase. It's so simple. In other words, stop trying to get out in front of yourself and simply be on purpose where your feet find themselves. And this got me thinking about the way that we are rooted in history and how we've got to understand ourselves and the decisions we make in relation to that history. There are basically two ways of looking at history. The first can be summarized by the philosopher Hegel, and Hegel suggests that history is a necessary unfolding of what will eventually have been the best way for things to have worked out. In other words, that there is a teleological plan for history. It works out in particular ways, and at the end of things, we can make sense of the fact that everything that happened as it should have, and also of necessity. The alternative way of making sense of history is offered by someone like Jean-Paul Sartre, who suggests that our task in existence is to make the most of what has been made of us. For Sartre, history is in fact the free play of human decision. It is a contingent space, a space defined by the fact that it will only ever become something as narrated by us. This different way of looking at things, a Hegelian historical teleology that things are necessary, and a Sartrean existentialist conception of liberty and freedom as the anchor for the historical story that will eventually be told. When faced with these two options, I am solidly on the side of Sartre. I think we determine what will eventually become true of our histories. As such, I want to encourage you today with a passage from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who invites us to think about the decisions we have to make in light of our making history. He says the following: "But the question which history will ask is broader. In the final hour, when he was forced by the peremptory necessity of the closing armies to take a side, did he take the part of great principles, the side of humanity and justice, or the side of abuse, oppression, and chaos?" Although Emerson was talking in particular about the fugitive slave law in his historical context, his question is actually something that should strike all of us where we live, where our feet are. Where will we come down in the great tribunal of history? Will we be on the side of liberation, on the side of justice, or on the side of oppression and chaos? These questions are questions that we must ask and answer for ourselves, but we do not do it alone. We make these decisions in the context of what we might rightfully refer to as the great cloud of witnesses. All of those with whom we share the world are also the ones who will help decide with us how the world will turn out. I do not think history is necessary. I think that it results from our decisions. Everything happens for a reason, but that reason is usually our action or our inaction. May we choose wisely. May we choose the side of justice. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you tomorrow unless a piano falls on our heads.